Hi. It's December 4th, 2023. I'm in my hotel in Florence, Italy, and it is so cute. I haven't made a video in quite some time because not a lot has happened, to be honest. But now that I've been in Italy for the last 4 days and I got to spend time in Rome with Matteo, the Italian guy I'm seeing. It's been really nice. Like, I'm just so appreciative. Like the first 2 days he was working and I was traveling, like getting here took a long time. So we were both kind of like tired and just like, I was grouchy for sure. But then Saturday, Sunday, we spent time together and it was really nice. He's just so sweet. I got to meet his mom and his sister, as well as like their neighbors yesterday. And I don't know, I think like when I was going to sleep, I started just crying a little bit because I was like, wow, like, can someone pinch me? Like, am I dreaming that like the sweetest, kindest soul just appeared into my life? And it was something I always wanted, obviously, and I'm like living it, and I'm living it in Italy. Like, what? I mean, I couldn't even predict this happening myself, and it's just like really amazing. Like, we have like really great connection, and just I feel like before with other people, which pretty much I stayed away from all men, I will say, but when I would try to give it a chance, I just felt like I was kind of like a knight with just like a bunch of armor in front of me, because I didn't want to get hurt and I didn't want to go through like a toxic relationship or like let another guy kind of like dim my light, like what happened to me in the past. And even though I did like a lot of self-healing work and tried to like up my self-concept and try to make dating happen, it just like never worked out. So finally this year, I mean, it just feels great. I feel relaxed around him. I feel like I can be myself. He's seen like all sides to me. Especially like when I was grouchy coming here, and like just things were kind of out of both of our control, such as like the day I flew here, he had to go to like a different job site, and then that was his first time doing something like that with like a new company, so he's kind of like stuck there, and it took a lot longer for us to like meet. And it's just like, it was just a hard day because I felt like, I don't know, kind of just a lost puppy in a way. And like, I tried to keep myself busy by like going to different museums, but it's cold here in Europe and it gets dark really early. So at a certain point, I was just like, I'm just ready to like lay down and like relax somewhere. But anyway, we did eventually get together like later in the evening, and yeah, he probably did not deal with the best version of myself, but he handled it very well. He was very like respectful and mature about it, and just was, I don't know, much different approach than any guy that I've ever dated, ever. And this morning, I had to go to like the main train station in Rome to take the train to Florence. And I mean, like, traffic is bad everywhere, I feel like, in all major cities. But sometimes he says it like, sometimes there's like train strikes or like different kind of strikes, like you can't predict it. So he drove me to like the local tram and like made sure I got on the right way. It was just like super helpful and supportive. Like he didn't have to like get up early because he got to work from home, but he was just like thinking about it last night, like the different ways that I could make it on time to the train, which I think is so thoughtful, and it's just nice because I feel like I would do that for somebody, but I never like expected it in return. So now that like he shows me that he cares and like he puts thought into like how I would be feeling, and finding like the best solution for me, it's so sweet. I can't even explain. And just like I really enjoyed interacting with his mom and his sister. I mean, they both speak Italian, so like my Italian is nothing. It's pretty much the basic, like, hello, my name is, where is this? I like this. But it was just nice to just spend time with him and get to know him and just see like him with the day-to-day stuff and just like our interactions. Like my body feels like at ease. Like I don't really feel tense. I feel very relaxed around him. I feel like I can be myself around him. I don't feel judged at all. He's just very like affectionate and sweet and just, I don't know. It's strange to like experience such a normal, healthy, masculine type of guy. Even though that's what I wanted, but like I think I really had to do the inner work to be able to attract that type of person to my life. And like be at that stage in my life where I was open to meeting someone like this and letting, I guess, love in. So I just want to say that like I definitely had a lot of like, please pinch me, is this my real life moments, especially the last few days. Like I'm here in Florence because I figured while he's working, I'll go do a day trip. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm gonna see different museums. Like, look at this. I was able to book this with my rewards. It's such a nice hotel and entirely too big for me, but yeah, this is just like a little peek of Florence right here. But I was just kind of like, wow, this is like real life, and it's crazy. It's really crazy. So yeah, 2023 has been very like jam-packed with good action, lots of travel, solo travel. I went to Thailand, I went to Vietnam, I went to Japan, I went to Bali, Indonesia. I got to go to Rome and Athens with my family, and now I'm back in Rome because I met somebody a couple months before, which like is so something like I didn't predict at all. But yeah, it's a very strange but awesome reality that I'm living in, and I feel like the old me would have definitely said like, heck no, I'm not meeting a guy off some app in a foreign country, no way. And then like to meet him on the family trip, which like my parents are sort of liberal, well, they are liberal, but like my dad is just not like that when it comes to his daughters and relationships and all that stuff. So the fact that I was able to meet him and see him as many times as I did on the family trip, and then to come back like 2 months later is wild. I would have never predicted that, but it just like worked out effortlessly. I didn't have to like try to make something happen. It was just like, oh, I'm free, you're free. I like you. Okay, let's just have a drink. And then like there's nothing to lose. And I went in with zero expectations, and then I was like, oh, that was pretty nice. I mean, I'm free again. And then I was like, this is cool. Even though I have some fear and doubts and like whatever, you know, it's just good old fun or whatever. I don't have to like have some sort of outcome and have some sort of pressure to like make it be something. And then after the first trip to Rome, we just started talking every single day. And I was kind of looking at flights to Rome, but everything was like very expensive. So I was like, this is probably not going to happen. And then one day, like the price magically dropped to where it was like $400 round trip from DC to Rome nonstop, which is like unusual. So I ended up buying it, and now I'm here. And it's just like, please pinch me. This is my life. And I was even like telling, you know, my hairdresser about it, and then like a few other people that I go to, like the nail people. And they're just like, oh my God, you're living like a fantasy life. And I'm like, nah, it's not a big deal. But now that I'm here and that it's been a few days, I'm just like, oh, I see exactly what they mean. Like, what? What is this? But I love it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying my time. It feels wild that so much has like happened in such like I think the span of like 6, 7, 8 months, just like everything with this new person in my life, with the travel, like even like stuff with my job. I never would have predicted that I would leave that job. And I feel like once I left that job, pretty much like everything just like opened up and all the possibilities were in front of me. And it took like a long time. And even like last week, I was having lots of doubts and fears, like because I have my like work experience in the environment sector, but I want to shift into like life coaching, and that's freaking scary to me because I feel like I have somewhat imposter syndrome, and like, what if I'm not a great life coach or whatever? All those insecurities like just pile up, and even though I'm moving at turtle speed, I'm still kind of pushing past these like insecurities that I have, that I can do it. But you know, anything is possible in life. Yeah, it's very wild to kind of reflect back on what has happened. And like, it's funny, the minute, and I've heard this multiple times, but the minute I like let go of this expectation or outcome of like a relationship or like love or whatever, it just like came towards me. It's like the minute I gave up, it was like, oh, here you go. Here's a great guy. Actually, a really great guy for you. You have to trust and allow yourself to let love in. And that's what I've been working on. It hasn't been like smooth sailing 100%, but like, I think once you meet the right person for you, things will align better, and you yourself will feel confident and feel better about trusting them, and vice versa. Anyway, just wanted to say hello. I'm still alive. I'm just living life and traveling, and I miss making videos. So hopefully I'll make one at least by the end of the week or the end of the month. And thanks for tuning in.